Let me save you from a very expensive mistake. 82% of Greenville home buyers say they regret this one decision after closing, and if you're moving to Greenville or buying here for the first time, this video could literally save you tens of thousands of dollars. I'm Karishma, a registered nurse and realtor in Greenville, and I have buyers relocate here. And today, we're talking about the number one purchase regret I see over and over again. And no, it's not the interest rate, it's not the price, it's not even the house itself. The regret is buying in the wrong location before you truly understand Greenville. And I need you to hear this before you tour one more home. Greenville is not one market. It's a collection of very different lifestyles packed into one county. It's a collection of very different lifestyles packed into one county. Buyers come here thinking Greenville is Greenville, and that assumption alone costs them years of frustration. So let me explain. I'll show you exactly where buyers mess up, what they don't realize until after closing, and how to avoid it so you actually love where you live and not just the house you bought. First, let's talk about why this regret is so common. Most buyers moving to Greenville are relocating from out of state. They're coming from places like Florida, New York, New Jersey, California, North Carolina, and Georgia. They see the price point, they see the charm, they see the rankings, and they rush. They buy after 1 or 2 weekend visits. They choose based on the house and not the lifestyle, and that's where the regret starts. Because Greenville neighborhoods change block by block, zip code by zip code, and even side of the road by side of the road. I've had buyers call me 6 months after closing saying, I love my house, but I hate the area. Or I didn't realize how far everything was. Or I didn't know this wasn't walkable. Or I didn't realize this area was still transitioning. And once you close, that mistake is very expensive to undo. Now, here's the specific purchase regret. Buyers choose price over placement. They stretch for the biggest house or the newest build without understanding how that location actually lives day to day. Greenville has three major buyer traps, and if you don't know these, you will absolutely regret your purchase. Trap number one, buying too far out for more house. This is the most common mistake I see. Buyers see that they can get a larger home or brand new build 30 to 45 minutes outside of downtown Greenville, and they jump on it. On paper, it looks amazing. Bigger house, new construction, lower price per square foot, and here's what they don't factor in: commute time, traffic patterns, lack of amenities, fewer restaurants, limited walkability, fewer events, and less resale demand. Greenville is very lifestyle driven. Areas closer to downtown, Greenville, Travelers Rest, Greer, Simpsonville, and parts of Taylor's, hold value differently than further out rural zones. Buyers who don't move too far out often realize they're driving everywhere. They feel disconnected. And when it's time to sell, the buyer pool is small. That regret usually hits within the first year. Trap number two is buying new construction without understanding the builder or the phase of development. And this one is huge. New construction in Greenville is booming, and not all builders are equal. Buyers assume new equals better, and that is not always true. Some developments are rushed, some builders use lower grade materials, some neighborhoods look great now and won't be fully developed for years. I've seen buyers regret buying in phase one with no amenities built yet, no trees, no privacy, and constant construction noise. I've also seen buyers overpay because they didn't understand incentives, price escalations, or future phases selling for less. New construction regret usually comes from lack of education, not the home itself. Trap number three, buying based on a zip code reputation instead of the actual street. This one surprises people. Greenville zip codes can include luxury homes, starter homes, short-term rentals, and transitioning areas, all within minutes of each other. Buyers hear things like, you need to be in this zip code or avoid that zip code, and they buy based on reputation, not reality. I've seen buyers overpay for mediocre streets because of a zip code name, and I've seen buyers avoid incredible opportunities because of outdated perceptions. The truth is, Greenville is hyperlocal. Street by street matters more than zip code labels. Now let's talk about the regret timeline because this is important. Most buyers don't feel regret at closing, they feel excited. The regret hits 3 to 12 months later when the novelty wears off. But routines settle in when they realize how far groceries are, when traffic becomes daily, when they notice resale limitations, when they realize the neighborhood doesn't match their lifestyle. That's why this mistake is so dangerous. You don't feel it right away. So, how do you avoid being part of that 82%? You buy lifestyle first, house second. You ask different questions. Not how many bedrooms, but how does this area live? Not how big the yard is, but how long will I realistically stay here? Not what's the cheapest option, but what will hold value and fit my life. Here's what I walk every buyer through before we tour homes. Where do you work and when do you commute? How often do you go out to eat? Do you want walkability or privacy? Are schools, resale appreciation, or lifestyle your top priority? How long do you plan to stay? Greenville rewards intentional buyers. It punishes rushed ones. And if you're relocating, you absolutely need local guidance, not just listings. That's why buyers who work with out of area agents or buy online are the ones calling later with regret. If you're thinking about moving to Greenville or buying here soon, I want you to do one thing: slow down and get educated. You can start by downloading my Greenville relocation guide. The link will be in the description. Also, I have a free first time homebuyer guide. The link for that is also in the description. I want to help you break down neighborhoods to understand where your lifestyle fits best and avoid making mistakes most buyers make. And I'd love to help you out. See you in the next video.